Have you ever felt pressure rising in your chest, even before anything actually went wrong? Like your mind is sprinting, but your body is stuck in place? What if staying calm under pressure wasn't about being strong, but about using one simple emotional shortcut? There's a moment almost everyone experiences. You're in the middle of your day, things are fine. Then, suddenly, you get a message, a comment, a deadline reminder, a conversation you didn't expect, and your whole body responds before you even think. Your breathing tightens, your shoulders rise. Your mind starts creating 100 what-if scenarios. And the worst part? You start acting from panic instead of clarity. Maybe you snap at someone. Maybe you freeze. Maybe you rush and make mistakes you normally wouldn't. Most people think this is a sign they're weak under pressure, but it isn't. It's a sign that your brain thinks you're in danger, even when you're not. Imagine this stickman on the screen. A simple figure, neutral expression, hands by its side. Now imagine a sudden red exclamation mark popping above its head. That's what happens to you. Instantly. Automatically. Without your permission. Your body launches the entire emotional alarm system, before your mind has time to ask, is this really a threat? And this is where everything goes wrong. Because when the emotional alarm fires too early, your logical mind gets pushed out of the conversation. You don't think. You react. You don't choose. You survive. But living in survival mode during everyday challenges makes life feel heavier than it needs to be. You start dreading things, overthinking everything, feeling overwhelmed by moments that shouldn't be overwhelming. Not because you're incapable, but because you were never taught the emotional shortcut that resets your system before it spirals. Here's the truth we're never told. Calm isn't something you naturally have. Calm is something you return to. Pressure isn't the problem. The problem is how quickly you lose your center. When pressure knocks on the door, most people think calmness comes from controlling the situation, but real calmness comes from controlling your response. And the shortcut that makes this possible is something psychologists call the pause. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but it changes everything. Because in that tiny pause, the space between the event and your reaction, you reclaim your power. You take the emotional steering wheel back from panic. And no, the pause isn't about ignoring your feelings or pretending you're fine. It's about giving yourself one moment to breathe, observe, and choose. That moment is the shortcut, the emotional reset button, the inner click that shifts you from fear back to clarity. Habit 1. The one breath reset. When something triggers you, your mind speeds up, your breath shortens, your body prepares for conflict. But taking one slow breath immediately signals your nervous system, we're safe. Just one breath, not 10, not a full meditation. Just one deliberate inhale and exhale. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 1. Exhale for 6. Do it quietly, gently, without trying to be dramatic. This one breath slows the emotional clock, and even half a second of slowness is enough to interrupt panic. That's the shortcut beginning. Habit 2. Name the pressure. Once you pause, give your emotion a name. Just one word. Stress, nervous, overwhelmed, frustrated. Labeling feelings doesn't make them stronger. It actually makes them weaker. Your brain calms down when it understands the signal instead of drowning in it. Naming the emotion creates distance. It shifts you from being the emotion to observing it. And you can't be controlled by something you're observing. Habit 3. Ask the grounding question. Once you name the feeling, ask yourself one grounding question. What's the next best move right now? Not, what if everything goes wrong? Not, how do I solve the entire situation this second? Just the next best move. Only the next one. This question reactivates the logical part of your brain. It puts you back in control. It shrinks the problem from overwhelming to manageable. Because calm doesn't come from fixing everything. It comes from knowing the next step. Habit 4. The chain of small wins. Pressure often feels big because we try to handle everything at once. But if you break the moment into tiny, doable steps, the emotional weight dissolves. Create a chain of micro actions. One email, one decision, one message, one sentence, one move. Each small step is a link. The chain grows. Momentum builds. Your mind returns to the present. Small wins pull you out of panic, faster than big plans ever could. Habit 5. The 10-second self-compassion check. Most people don't realize stress intensifies because we judge ourselves for feeling it. I shouldn't be scared. I should be stronger. This shouldn't bother me. But self-judgment locks you in the pressure loop. Instead, give yourself permission to feel what you feel. Say silently, "It's okay. Anyone in my situation would feel this too." 10 seconds. That's all. Just enough to soften the inner resistance and let your calmness return. Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's emotional oxygen. Let's bring everything together. Staying calm under pressure isn't about being fearless. It's about interrupting the emotional alarm before it takes over. You have the shortcut now. The pause, the breath, the label, the grounding question, the small win, the compassion, a chain of gentle actions that lead you back to yourself. Because calm doesn't come from perfect conditions. It comes from your ability to return to clarity whenever life shakes you. Picture our little stickman again. At first, the red exclamation mark appeared, but now it breathes, names the emotion, looks in the mirror, takes one small step, and regains control. You can do the same. Not someday, not when life gets easier, but today, in the very next moment, pressure knocks. If this message helped you, stay a little longer. There are more simple emotional shortcuts ahead, more gentle improvements, more ways to grow quietly into someone you're proud of. And if you want this journey to continue, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next video.